Mystery Secret Searchers, Episode 50, Falkner Landing. This is journal entry number 40 in John McLeod's Curiosities Journal. This also is our last episode of the first series of Mystery Secret Searchers. In his journal, John McLeod writes, 1892, having come so close to death, I have decided no person alive should learn of the accounts. We left you in the last video of a shot at St. Andrew's United Church. Another St. Andrew's Church. This is the third one we found in Glengarry. This is called the Round Church as well. At the Round Church, there was a clue that led us to this ice flow down the St. Lawrence River. We followed this ice flow, and as we went along, we drilled holes into the ice, not only to test the thickness, because it was starting to melt, but also this is where we were going to have the final resting place for the cursed sword of the Clan MacLeod, for the Knights Templar shield, for Spanish John's 1800s pistol, and of course for John McLeod's journal, Chronicles of Curiosity. John McLeod felt that these journal entries, these tales, as he referred to them in his last entry, were too dangerous. He needed to hide them. He did not want Glengarry to go through the same types of cursed events as it had in his time. When we learned of the story, we were fascinated by it. We immediately set out on a search, a hunt for that journal in the St. Lawrence River. And after searching for several months in the summer, one day we got lucky, and just off of Carn Island, we found a strongbox hidden in the St. Lawrence River. That strongbox had that ancient pistol in it. It had coins, money from the early 1900s, and it also had John McLeod's journal. We did not know it was John McLeod at that time. It took us some investigation to figure out that the JHM markings were in fact the initials of John McLeod, Colonel John McLeod in the British militia. Now, he wrote the journal after his militia days, and that's because he knew of the curse of the Clan MacLeod sword. He was aware of how the sword came to Glengarry on the ship MacDonald with Reverend Alexander MacDonald, how the cursed sword plagued St. Raphael's and the bishop's house in Iona in Glengarry. He was involved with asking Sir John Johnson to hide the cursed sword in what is rumored to be secret tunnels in Glengarry. He was involved in asking John Caribou Cameron to take the cursed sword to British Columbia, where there was a gold rush. The sword always seemed to make its way back to Glengarry and to cause problems. John McLeod's goal during this period of time was not only to find the sword, but also to try to hide the sword, try to hide the secret of the sword, try to hide the sword itself. Along the way, he made some fascinating discoveries. Some were magical, some were mystical, like the Beast of the Canal and the Starry Night and the ghosts of Fairfield and the Bishop's house, the secret tunnels, the connection between the Celtic cross and the churches of Glengarry, and possible pathways, underground pathways, built to protect Glengarry from invasions from the Americans on the other side of the St. Lawrence River. The trip to Carn Island and the Carn. The history that we learned, the history that we explored, all of it was so fascinating, so interesting. And in the end, John MacLeod made it back to the St. Lawrence River to dispose of these artifacts. Who else was on John MacLeod's trail? We believe there was someone else who maybe followed John MacLeod. Was he an acquaintance? We don't know. But he certainly knew of the journal. Maybe he helped to protect and hide the journal. But at the end, this mysterious person was not satisfied with how John MacLeod was going to dispose of the journal. He wanted that journal. And we believe he wanted it because he was going to use it to discover where the mysterious gold of Caribou Cameron was hidden. John MacLeod warned us, beware of this journal. Beware of what it contains. The ripped page is a sign that maybe this other person found the journal and led us on clues to discover its whereabouts. Down at Lancaster Wharf, the colored buildings of Lancaster Wharf, we found Falkner's settlement. The Falkners were Englishmen. They were some of the first people to land at this part of Glengarry at the Raisin River. This is where we got our next clue. We believe it was someone related to the Falkners that was either helping or hindering John MacLeod. And they're the ones that retrieved the journal and went on the search for gold in Glengarry. They eventually decided to hide the journal as well. They put it in the strong box with the extra coins and possibly the pistol, and took it back out into the St. Lawrence and buried it in the St. Lawrence River somewhere around Carn Island, where we were able to find it. They were on the search for gold at Fairfield. Here's Fairfield now. It's been stripped of its markings on the front doors and windows. You can see back in its time, years ago, it was a beautiful place. The Christus Vita Vestra, the markings over the doors and windows, and the supports. Is the gold here? Has the gold been found? Is the gold in the foundation of Fairfield? This is where the mystery secret searchers want to go next. We want to explore Fairfield. We want to do the gold search ourselves. We think it still might be there. There are rumors in Glengarry that it might still be there. We also want to look for the secret tunnels of Glengarry. But, of course, we need your support for all that. Mystery Secret Searchers, please subscribe on YouTube. Here is a little chronicle of our chronicles, which were John MacLeod's chronicles. As we say goodbye for now, we hope you have enjoyed John MacLeod's Chronicles of Curiosity on Mystery Secret Searchers. We want to do more. We want to explore more. There are still mysteries to be solved. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hopefully we will see you again soon.